Hello, everybody. Alright, now you're going to be very confused what's happening here. I'm on the playoff predictor, but no, we're not predicting who's going to be winning games in the NBA 2019 through 2020 season. It's already happened. This is going to be a coin flip simulation league. I will be simulating all these games. I will be determining the winner. And yes, this is gonna go through the championship. Like, we're starting week 1. And we're going all the way through to the finals. A lot of games to cover. A lot of games to cover. However, it's manageable. I'm going to speed through the first few weeks till we get to week 6. Then we're going to talk about the stats. So I got a coin flip app called justflipacoin.com. You can't see it, but just know I'm flipping it. Maybe there's sound. Right. So away team is always heads, home team is always tails. There is no sound for it. Okay, we get tails. So, Clippers. Okay, heads or tails. Tails again. Heads or tails. Heads. Heads or tails. Get another heads. Heads or tails. Clippers are looking very good right now. Heads or tails. Another heads. Heads or tails. Yet another heads. Heads or tails. Another heads. Jeez. Heads or tails. Ah, yes, we get tails. Heads or tails. Okay, get another heads. This is interesting to me. Hopefully other people like this. Heads or tails. Another heads. Okay, the Clippers are on fire. I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay. This is going to be a lengthy process. So just hope that you're ready for what is happening here. All right? Okay. We have a lot of games to cover very, very clearly right here. Jeez. I was thinking about doing this with NFL. However, it is not NFL season and not a lot of people are wanting basketball. So, maybe later in the year that happens. Literally had this idea a few hours ago. So, hopefully it goes to plan. Poor Miami Heat. Miami Heat's my favorite team, by the way. Just want everybody to know that. If Miami Heat would somehow win this, then that would be funny. However, I believe it's going to be the Clippers. Just based off early results. Well, I mean, that doesn't necessarily determine anything because, well, it doesn't. Oh, Washington with a big loss right there. And now Washington with a big win. Interesting. Yeah, with the heads. Heat loses another one. Hornets about to get a win? Nope. Will the Clippers get another win? Nope. Very interesting stuff right now. Last column for first week. Each one's going to take 4 minutes. It's going to be a really long process. Tails. Okay. Another tails. Another tails. Seen a lot of string of tails. Sorry if you're a Detroit fan, but I always forget that they have a team. Which New York team's about to win? Nice. There's a string of time where I thought the Knicks and Oklahoma City Thunder were the same team. I don't know why. I'm sorry. This one's heads. The next one. This is also heads. This one. Heads again. The Pacers get it right here. Now it's a tails. Now, yeah, at this point, what season was this? So, yeah, LeBron will be on the Cavaliers, but like, it doesn't really matter who's on each team because we're flipping heads or tails right now. About to get to week 2. We're about to get to week 2. Okay, I'm not going to go over the stats until we get to week 6, so let's keep it that way right now. Okay, geez. See, the main problem with this is going to take ages. Like, I know it's going to take ages. Man, Dallas just really got a huge loss right there. And so did the Lakers. The Lakers really just got a big loss. Like, the interesting thing about this is you're going to see a lot of things happen that just doesn't make a lot of sense in the NBA world. And if I see anybody complaining about my picks, first of all, this is not up to me. This is up to a coin toss. And second of all, this has nothing to do with a real season. This is a simulation-based league, which has nothing to do with a prediction of any sort. As I've already stated, that is the case. Get another heads. Get another heads. Another heads. Another heads. So many heads in this one. It is really unfortunate that the actual NBA season has been, I forget if it was postponed or canceled, but now you have this to look forward to, and this is taking this takes a long time, so this could be the only time this is ever done on YouTube. Alright, get another good toss. We got a heads. What team's this? I can't tell. I'm gonna sound stupid. Timberwolves. Okay. I could not tell that there was the Timberwolves. Heads. Another heads. Man, the Rockets seem to be doing pretty well. Although I could be wrong. They could not be doing well, and I could be stupid. Because I haven't been paying attention to the thing. I said I was going to do that after week 6. I mean, geez, you got a lot of games here. Another tails. Tails. Heads. Yeah, Heat's not doing good. I took a little sneak peek of how Miami Heat's doing. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. Okay. Cavs. I think the first game I saw ever. Now I might just be completely misremembering this, but I think I saw. I think it was the Nets versus Cavs. I think. I could be entirely misremembering that, but I think that's the case. Finally get Miami Heat to win. Yeah, they're 2-3. Oh, right, that's not too good. Don't worry about that though. Oh, Chicago with the win over Cleveland. Nice. Oh boy. We're making some headway, get it? Because I just flipped heads. That was an unintentional joke. I'm also going to apologize to Detroit again because I forgot they had a team. Not Cleveland with a win. Maybe this one's tails. It seems to land on head a lot more than tails. At least that's what I think. Heads. So you keep getting these long streaks of heads. And it's pretty interesting. There's a head. And tails. And tails again. Interesting. Week 3. A lot of basketball that we have covered right now. I'm telling you. Tails. Heads. Heads again. Tails. Tails. Maybe I should get some background music for this. Tails. Get a heads. Tails. Hit it with another tails. Another tails. This could be a tail streak. Yeah, I mean, oop, not that one. This one. No, this one. I already clicked that one. Why is this one gray? Oh, because it's team color. Okay. Yeah. I'm stupid. Alright, another flip. Heads. Tails. Tails again. Heads. Tails. Heads. Heads. I mean, based on luck, you know, this is going pretty well for some teams. Heads. Tails. Another tails. Got another heads. Sacramento beating Atlanta. Man. Tails. Heads. Man, this goes down really, really far. Did I skip games in the other section? It's possible. Hold on. Hold on, I gotta go back. I gotta go back and pray that I didn't. Okay, I didn't. It's interesting. You just had to have a lot of games this week. Jeez. That's your tails. Tails. That's your tails. Another tails. Tails. Heads. Tails. Heads. Tails. Tails. These don't even sound like words anymore. That is the great part of this. It just doesn't sound like words anymore. You know? And when it doesn't sound like words anymore, that is when it really gets interesting. Tails. And some heads. Cool, now I gotta do this. Oh man, this is quite a lot. You got tails. You got heads. You got heads. Predicting this normally, I would have to think takes much longer. Heads. Heads. Tails. Tails. Another tails. Tails. More tails. And heads. Next. Yes, week 4. When I get to 6, we're gonna talk about what has happened. Tails. Heads. Tails. Tails. Man, these really don't sound like words. Heads. Tails. Tails again. What was the tails in this one? Another tails. Heads. I got another tails. Heads again. More heads. And this is honestly going great. The end result of this is just going to be, I mean, it could be really good. Could be a really, really good end result. But then there's also the possibility that it's not good. You know, I mean, there's the possibility that the two worst teams in the NBA are the ones that end up in the finals. And honestly, if that was to happen, I think I'd just be laughing. I mean, come on. Tails again. I mean, if we could see, I don't know who I was gonna say. Forget now. It'd be funny if any of these in the middle row were the ones that made it. Let's spin it. Heads. Some more heads. We got some tails. Heads again. Heads again. More tails. Even more tails. I mean, they're going above and beyond with these tails. Here's another one. This one is also tails. Get some heads. More heads. Could just be me, but I think Boston has not lost a game yet. But I cannot remember. I can't remember for the life of me. They have or they haven't. Oh, apparently they have. They're 6-6. Well, what do you know? Oh, this one. More tails. Tails, all right. They want Detroit to get. They want Detroit to get the edge because I couldn't even remember they were a team. Again, I am also sorry. I'm sorry for that again. For forgetting that they were a team. Well, I mean, I remember now, but I literally remembered every single other team. But then Detroit, I'm just like, oh, yeah, you have a team. Sorry about that. Miami versus Cleveland, and it goes to Cleveland. Man, the Bucks. The Bucks beating the Bulls. I mean, that's just not something you think that you were going to be seeing every day. Get another heads in there. Another heads in there. Another heads in there. And just a reminder, if this is the first time you ever seen my channel, you could subscribe, or at least I recommend checking out one other video. Alright, if you don't want to subscribe, check out at least one other video. I'm telling you. You know, it could be worth it. Or maybe it couldn't, or maybe it won't be worth it, you know. But you know, here's another tails. And normally I'd have a webcam up for a video, but there's not room for that at all because it would cover some of the stats. So there is that. Here's another tails, and tails again. Cool. Very interesting where this is gonna go. Again, this does not reflect predictions whatsoever. This is a simulation league with a coin flip. Heads or tails? Heads. Heads or tails? Tails. Heads or tails? Tails again. Heads or tails? More tails. Heads or tails? Wow. Tails. Heads or tails? Tails. This one's actually heads, my bad. Heads. Heads. Tails. More tails. Tails again. Tails again. Heads. Heads. Heads, tails, tails, heads, tails. I've been doing this for 20 minutes somehow. Heads. Got some tails. More tails. Even more tails. Even more tails. Even more heads. More tails. Tails again. Tails again. Tails again. Yes, look at all these. Oh, we got some heads this time. Heads. Tails. Heads. More heads. Heads. Tails. Tails again. And heads. This matchup's happened quite a bit of times with Cavaliers and Heat. Tails. Heads. 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 Tails. Heads. 2 wins in a row for Chicago. That could be big. Heads. Heads. Toronto with a big win. Heads. Heads. I'm about to go over these stats really shortly. Heads. You probably been looking at them. I'm just gonna assume, but I'm gonna go over them. Tails. Tails. Heads. Alright, I'm gonna move to the next week. This is taking a really long time. Alright, I might sim to the finals. I might chicken out and sim to the finals. I'll do this week though. Okay. Well, there's no option to randomize weeks, so I might do that for the rest of the weeks, but not this one. Alright. So you got New Orleans at 11-6, and then you got the Spurs, you got the Rockets, you got the Grizzlies, and you got the Mavericks. The Pelicans leading them. I mean, that kind of surprised me. I would have thought it would be the Rockets or the Spurs. I mean, yeah, Western's pretty interesting. There's nothing really sticking out there. Timberwolves though, and Northwest. I'm thinking in the Northwest that Oklahoma City's the one I would have thought. I mean, in terms of actual basketball, I think they're better than the other ones. I can't remember. I feel stupid now. Someone's gonna call me out on that. But yeah, in their division they're 0-2. I don't remember who they faced because kind of just flipped the coin for all of them. But yeah, I think it's interesting there. And Pacific here, the Pacific's a real interesting one. The Lakers not looking too good right now. They are a really solid team. And to see them below the Clippers, I mean, I wasn't expecting that one. But at least they aren't down there, and they're currently in the green, so they're good. I would believe. Washington called the Wizards. I called them the wrong team yesterday when I was playing NBA. I kept calling them Magic, but Magic's actually here. You got Magic, then Heat, then you got the Hornets, and then you got Wizards, and then you got the Hawks. I mean, Heat's not doing bad. Heat's doing pretty good, I'd say. So they are strong contenders to stick in this thing for a good bit. You got 76ers over all these other teams. I mean, I personally wouldn't have expected that, but you got three championship contending teams in the Atlantic at the moment. I think there's 3 in every single one. I'm incorrect. Western is not the case, and nor is Central. The Cavaliers are in first, but what really surprised me is the team that I forgot existed right now is 9-8, and they are also over the Bulls. Wow, and they're over the Pacers too. I remember when the Pacers used to be really good back in the day. This was only a few years ago. But now the Pacers are down there, but I'm not. Cleveland doesn't surprise me up there. Golden State Warriors and Pacific doesn't surprise me. And I think everything else is a surprise to me. Just personally. Alright, so we're going to do this week with the coin flip, and then everything else is being randomized. Maybe we don't randomize the finals. But heads or tails? Got heads. Actually, hold on. I'm okay. I've decided. We're going to randomize this week. Alright. Okay, that's interesting. Next. See, this is going to change the whole dynamic of everything. But just pretend I did heads and tails for everything. I'm going to conserve time because this is going to take ages. However, now that I have done this, you now know what is a possibility. Like, I'm talking greatness. Okay, I'm going to look where everything is at after I simulate this. After I simulate the next week. And then we go next week. Alright, so there has been quite a few changes. Miami Heat is down just a little bit. They're now 21-18. The coin flippage was not quite enough. It did not really work. Well, the coin flippage is working for them, I should say. But the randomizing is not. Minnesota's still up there. The Pelicans were really negatively affected. And so was Cleveland. Cleveland was. Golden State still up there. A lot of things changed. I really hope it's not picking teams who are really good to be up there. I really hope it's just like randomizing them like properly. Another randomize of this week. Okay. That was a big fall. That was a big fall, I gotta say. I hope it truly is random. Another randomization here. So basically at this point, you're all out. Except you, so far. Yeah, because that's all you were in. I gotta say, if the Lakers don't make it in some capacity, even Phoenix is gonna make it. Like, you gotta step up there, Lakers. Come on. But yeah, Sacramento's the only one. And their record's not even that good. Or San Antonio. Sorry. San Antonio's record's not even looking that good. 15, randomized this week. Alright. It's all really close to contendered in the West. Heat is 27-22. That 27-22 is pretty good. That's a far margin compared to a lot of them. I mean, except the rest of the East. But yeah. Get to this next week. Randomize. Yes, get to next week. Randomize that again. Get to the next week. Randomize that again. Okay, every 6 I'm gonna do a little stat talk every 6. We have really progressed in what is happening here. You have Memphis with 27-30. Memphis is so right now nobody in the West is gonna make it. I feel really bad for the West, but the West isn't doing good at all. All of the Northwest, however, is going to make it. That is the funny part. The Northwest are currently on fire. Man. The Lakers are out currently, and they have a 26-30 record. Oh, Oh man, the Lakers really got it bad there. But right here, it's all similar. With in the East with Miami Heat and the Hornets and Magic. 76ers are still up there. Detroit is still up there. I do not know how Detroit is up there, and I really don't know how Cleveland is at the bottom. But again, this is a randomization. Cleveland even got a win over Heat, but Cleveland is still not doing too well right now. That's for sure. Randomize this again. Heat taking another loss. There are some major losses happening right now. Okay, Oklahoma City's out, and Memphis is in. Lakers are still out of it, which is really unfortunate. I mean, they lost 2 games right here, as you can see. This coin flip thing isn't bringing consistency, I don't think. That might be the big problem. Because when I was doing the coin flip, you weren't just getting, I don't know. I don't know if it's truly random or if it's basing it off of something. If it's basing it off of something, then that kind of concerns me just a little bit. I gotta say. Hold on, what's happening? No, okay. I must randomize the whole thing. Randomize a week. It's all looking pretty similar. The Lakers are kind of in a hole. They might be able to recover, but I'm not entirely sure. Memphis is back out of it. I'm pulling for the Lakers right now. I want the Lakers to have the comeback story of the century. Washington's even squeaking their way in there now. I mean, I gotta say, Heat has a good win percentage, but I don't think they're good enough to be in. Although that can easily change. It is random. Anything can happen. Randomized week. All right, we're going to. I'm just losing a bit here. We're in randomized week. Cool. It has been 6 weeks. Let's check. Let's check out everything. The Spurs are suffering just a bit. The Grizzlies are barely doing good. All the Northwest is doing good except the Pelicans. Not the Pelicans. Jeez. Pelicans are up here. The Nuggets. These are the Nuggets, right? Yeah, I think they changed their logo. Golden State Warriors. They're pretty good. Lakers are still out of it. If Phoenix just starts slipping a little bit, which they could easily do next week's, then the Lakers could pop in there. Magic's still up there. Heat is doing very, very well right now, and Washington is close to falling back out of it. But yeah, it's well, a lot of teams are doing good enough, and I think that's what counts. Oh, Heat with a huge move up there, and Cleveland with a big move too. Cleveland's back on top in Central. I knew some big stuff would happen there. Lakers kind of just lost their opportunity, but let's forget about that one. Randomize this week, and then this is the last week. Yeah. Last week before round 1. Randomize this week. Checking everything out. The Lakers made it. The Lakers did it in the final week. They made it. That came down to the wire. Chicago and Cleveland made it. The Lakers made it. I mean, a lot of the big contenders certainly made it. All right, we're going to go to next week. Round 1. This is round 1, everybody. This is now where I will be flipping the coin again. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens here. Heads or tails. Heads. Heads or tails? The 8th seed versus the 1st seed. The Golden State Warriors are the number 1 pick to win this whole thing. It is now 1-1. It is heads again. Heads another time. Uh-oh, heads. Oh, tails. Whoever wins this one wins it. Oh, the 8th seed. The 8th seed. Utah just beat out Golden State. Man, I was not expecting that at all. Heads. Tails. Oh man, we're going real 50-50 again. Heads. Tails. It's 2 each. Tails. Okay. 3 for Thunder. Heads. Well, okay, that got interesting. Oh, come on, Lakers. I'm pulling for the Lakers, alright? The superior Los Angeles team. If you like the Clippers, I am sorry. Sorry. Oh, but we got a tails. Oh, the Clippers. Don't tell me the Clippers are just going to annihilate them. Oh, man, they are. Oh, wait, maybe not. The Lakers got 1. Okay, maybe so. The Lakers have to win 3 in a row. That means it needs to go tails, heads, tails. Oh, man. Or, sorry, heads, tails, heads. And it hasn't even gone heads. Oh, man. If this last one happens, it's going to look like I faked it. They made it. The Lakers made it. Well, hey. I wasn't expecting that one. I wasn't expecting that one at all, but the Lakers, the team that barely just hung on throughout that whole entire thing, they're somehow doing just fine. Alright, I'm randomizing the rest. Or should I? Yeah, I'm gonna randomize the rest. Hold on. Now this is saying Golden State won all of them, and that's not the case. You did not win them all. I don't even remember what the order was, but all I know is they won, and Oklahoma won too. So, and they won without needing that week. So is this week isn't necessary. Lakers also won. Yeah, they got the Lakers in, and then that happened. Bulls lost. Heat won. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Cavaliers really lost. All right. That was interesting. Conference semifinals. Yes, now we got it down. Now I got it down to a few teams. Who are going to be the ones that make it? I'm not entirely sure. Okay. This video is super long. Heads or tails? Gonna get another heads. Heads or tails? Heads. Heads or tails? Heads. Heads or tails? Got heads again. It is currently 2-2. Another heads. Alright. And there it is. Jazz, the number 8 seed, the one that everybody thought would be the worst out of all these teams, has somehow taken out the number 1 and the number 4 seed by pure skill. Man. Okay, we got tails. Will the Lakers be able to hold on here? I personally do not think the Lakers are going to win. I'm not even that big of a Lakers fan. I was just rooting for them because they were kind of an underdog in this whole thing. Got heads again, so it's currently 2-2. Nope. Whoever wins this last one is going to win it. The Lakers. The Lakers have done it again. The Lakers have done it again. I doubted them, but they did it again. Alright, Magic versus 76ers, and the 76ers get the first big win, and then you're going to go heads. Heads again. 76ers could be getting a big win here, and they do. 76ers with almost a shutout. Magic got one. Magic got one big game. Alright, this is where it comes down. Miami Heat, my favorite team. Are they going to succeed? Maybe not. Oh, it's looking bad for them. Yep, it is looking bad for them. My bad. Oh, they just squeezed one out. They got one win, and now they have to win 3 in a row to get this thing going. Okay, they got 2. Nope. They couldn't do it. The Hornets have won. The Hornets won. Next week, conference finals. Who's gonna win for their conference? I'm gonna have to pull for the Lakers now. I think it might be going Lakers and 76ers. The one seed, the 2 seed, the 6th, and the 8th. I mean, the team that was supposed to do the worst out of all of them somehow shoved their way into the conference finals. Heads or tails? Heads. Heads or tails? Tails. One apiece. They are one apiece. Heads or tails? Another tails. If Utah does this, Utah is about to get into the finals by being the worst team that made it into the bracket. Like, come on. And they just did it. They just wiped out the Lakers. The Lakers, the underdogs, to go this whole entire way, but now Utah are the true underdogs, and I have no choice but to root for Utah in the finals. Heads or tails? Heads. Heads or tails? Heads again. Could the Hornets do it? Heads. 76ers getting their way up in there. Heads or tails? Heads. Oh man, next one. This is tails. Okay, 76ers. One more could do it. Or the Hornets win 2 in a row. And that is not the case. The finals is Jazz versus 76ers. That was unexpected. Look at the finals. That is not something I expected to see. I have to go for Utah. They're the underdogs. Tails. You have the number 1 and the number 8. They're like supposed to be so distant from each other. Heads. One apiece right now. They're one apiece. Tails. Oh, is Utah? Utah might actually do it. Okay, maybe not. They're both 2 and 2. They're both 2 and 2. You're gonna go tails again. This could only go 6 games. Oh, whoever wins this wins the finals. Who's gonna win the finals? The 76ers. 76ers just won the finals. That is unbelievable. 76ers. Here's the bracket down here. Is there a way I can zoom out? Probably not. Here's the bracket down here. The 76ers had to go against the Hornets, Magic, and then they went against Cavaliers, then Magic, and the Hornets, and then Jazz. But the 76ers just won the NBA Finals. That is something that I was not expecting, like, at all. I mean, at least Heat got in. At least the Lakers got in. But 76ers just won the whole thing. Thank you for watching. I don't know. You probably did not watch this thing all the way through because this was super, super long. But thank you for watching. I'm probably never going to do this again. I mean, I had fun doing it, but it takes a really, really long time. And if I do If I were to do it again, then I don't know, maybe next year. But thank you for watching, and 76ers, what else can you say?